And welcome back here to Live Now from Fox. I'm Andrew Kraft. Let's go back to Washington. Live picture there at the White House. I want to talk about Coca-Cola. Well, the president's announcement that Coca-Cola will switch its U.S. recipe from high-fructose corn syrup to cane sugar has ignited fierce debate, especially from corn industry leaders. Fox Business correspondent Kelly Saberi with more on this story from Chicago. Let's watch.
The president wants to make Coke like this, more like this. Now, you might be wondering, what's the difference? Well, this American Coke is made with high fructose corn syrup, which is reportedly cheaper to use than pure sugar. Now, in other places around the world, sometimes you'll see it in a glass bottle. Their Coke is made with pure sugar, which is what the president is aiming to do. He said this Wednesday, quote, "I have been speaking to Coca-Cola about using real cane sugar in Coke in the United States, and they have agreed to do so. This will be a very good move by them. You'll see, it's just better." Coca-Cola says it has not committed to that change and has also defended their product, saying this, quote, "The American Medical Association has confirmed that HFCS is no more likely to contribute to obesity than table sugar or other full-calorie sweeteners. Please be assured that Coca-Cola brand soft drinks do not contain any harmful substances." Midwestern corn growers have significant influence within Washington. The Corn Refiners Association president points to studies that show no nutritional difference between the two ingredients. The group's CEO says it will only hurt our economy negatively. The Health and Human Services Secretary has expressed criticism of sugar in general, not just high fructose corn syrup, and he's also recently highlighted the progress in getting artificial dyes out of the food chain.
We've already approved fast track and approved in the last 2 months 3 new vegetable-based dyes. Today we approved a new vegetable-based dye, blue dye. So, we're going to make sure that these companies and this industry has the supply chain so that they're able to get the products that they need to continue to meet the needs of their consumers.
McCormick and Pepsi are two companies that have explicitly pointed to the MAHA movement for changes. Others, like Skittles and M&M maker Mars, have so far not agreed to phase out artificial dyes. In Chicago, Kelly Saberi, Fox Business.
Kelly, thanks so much. In the meantime here, I want to bring into the conversation one of these really invested stakeholders, John Bodie. He's president and CEO of the Corn Refiners Association. He joins me. John, thanks so much for your time. Obviously, you guys are following this extremely closely. I want to ask you this. You warned that replacing high fructose corn syrup would cost thousands of food manufacturing jobs and lower farm income. Can you explain for our viewers specifically how this would impact American corn growers and related industries here? What's your position?
Sure, Andrew. Basically, corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup, is an American product. So it's made from corn that American farmers grow. It is manufactured by food manufacturers working in corn refineries in the United States. There are about 10,000 of them. And it would be replaced by imported sugar. All of the sugar would be imported. So that's why thousands of U.S. manufacturing jobs would be lost. American farmers' prices would be depressed, and it would increase consumer costs, all for the sake of making our balance of trade even worse. So we think the idea of replacing high fructose corn syrup with imported sugar is absolutely contrary to President Trump's basic policy objectives, and it's also just not feasible.
So, John, you were citing some of the macroeconomic factors if this were to get approved here, but the Trump White House is citing health factors about refined sugars and pure sugar here. So which is it? Is a little bit of both? Is that why they're doing this?
I haven't heard the White House cite health factors. High fructose corn syrup is nutritionally equivalent to sugar, and that is the view of the American Medical Association, the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, and every other authoritative scientific body that has addressed this issue.
So, John, if this were to go into effect, and I would imagine this would be not immediate, but over years here, how disruptive would it be to the parties that you represent there? What are they saying to you?
So it would be phenomenally disruptive. There would be, first of all, there would be $4 billion worth of increased sugar imports a year. That is the volume. That would be a phenomenal increase, in all of it for no public health benefit at all.
So obviously there's a lot of influence in Washington amongst groups like yourself here. Do you think you can get the president's ear? Do you think he'll hear your point of view? Where do you think he got this idea in the first place?
First of all, what the president said was not clear. I think he's a very smart guy and he words things carefully. There was broadly a takeaway that he was talking about replacing HFCS with sugar. But when you look at his words carefully, it could have been the introduction of a new Coca-Cola product that has cane sugar as a sweetener. And that certainly would be feasible. That makes a lot more sense for those of us working in the industry who understand the dynamic.
So the New York Post has it this way: Trump saying Coca-Cola already agreed to use real cane sugar in U.S. drinks. He says it's just better. Has Coca-Cola agreed? Have you reached out to them? Are you in touch with them?
We've been in touch with Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola has an earnings call next week, and so they're being very careful about what they say appropriately. I don't see anything in their statements, including their social media posts subsequent to the president's post, that indicates they are making a transformational change away from high fructose corn syrup and replacing it with sugar. It would not only mean a huge increase in their cost for ingredients that would have to be passed on to consumers, it would also require capital improvements on their part, because you don't just put sugar in, you have to convert it to a liquid form of sugar to use. And so they would have to make massive changes.
All right, John Bodie, we appreciate your time and your insight. We'll just have to keep following this story to see if it does gain traction there in Washington. Thanks so much.
You bet.